He saw what he thought was a crime about to happen and called 911. And when sheriffs came, he says they did nothing. He was prompted to contact us through the Reported feature on our website after seeing our series on car thefts. He says he saw someone trying to break into several cars in Kaka'ako. Sheriffs have jurisdiction in that area, so they responded to his 911 calls. But he says the sheriffs told him there was nothing they could do. Is that really the case? Manolo Morales is finding the facts. Manolo?
Joe, in this case, what the witness saw was suspicious behavior, so no laws were broken. But even then, the sheriff should have at least talked to the suspect. Bob Lipsky was near Kaka'ako Park when he saw someone going to several parked cars trying to open doors and windows. Lipsky called 911 and followed the suspicious man as he went to the lot by Kaka'ako Park, doing more of the same.
He sees me there, and then he says, "What are you doing?" And I says, "I'm describing you to the police right now." And so he's like, "I'm not doing anything." "Well, that's fine." I says, "You can explain to the police when they get here."
A sheriff came soon enough.
And I said, "That's the guy who's trying to break into cars." And the sheriff says, "That's not my call." And so he drove off.
Lipsky was determined and called 911 again, and another car with two different sheriffs came a few minutes later. Lipsky tells me that the second time the sheriffs came, he even offered to take them to where the suspect had run off to and identify him, but he says the sheriffs were not interested.
So I guess for me, I would have hoped that they would at least try to approach the guy to see if he has warrants out, or to kind of get a face on the guy and say that we're watching you or something, but they didn't seem inclined to get out of their car in the rain.
We asked HPD and were told technically no crime was committed if the suspect did not actually break into the car. HPD adds that it encourages the public to call 911. An officer could detain and question the male if enough details were provided to develop reasonable suspicion. We also asked a private security company and were told with any suspicious activity like the one Lipsky saw, people should call 911 right away so officers can question the suspect and maybe even get his name.
At least the police will have his name and, know who he is. So if there are any break-ins in the area, they would be, they'd have a suspect and somebody to look at that point.
So we pressed the Department of Public Safety why the sheriffs didn't question the suspect. A spokeswoman tells us the person who contacted us did the right thing by calling law enforcement. With the limited detail provided, it is difficult to assess the alleged incident, although we did tell her exactly when and where it happened. We will check back with the Department of Public Safety to get a better explanation as to why the sheriffs didn't question the suspect. We checked with HPD's crime mapping website and learned that there were 37 car break-ins reported in the past month and a half within a mile from Kaka'ako Park. Manolo Morales, KHON 2 News.
Again, we learned about this issue from a viewer. If you have a news tip or see something newsworthy, report it at KHON2.com or through the KHON2 mobile app.